welcome to Finextra. I'm Emily Haller and I'm here with Michael Steinbach from Equens and Wolf Kunisch from Worldline. And we're at EBA Day 2016 in Milan. Thank you both for joining me. Michael, what are the key factors to make the introduction of instant payments in Europe a success?
First of all, I think it is about the recognition that instant payments demands or creates a new way of working or a new way of acting, that it creates new business models, new operating models, and with that to understand that it is not only to build a payment system. Following that, second success factor is about cooperation. So instant payment demands heavy projects with a lot of investments, and it is also here about the cooperation, be it with service providers like the two sitting here, or of course with the so-called and always on fintech companies. Based on that, I think it is about sharing investments and also with such a cooperation to follow the requirements the market demands also in terms of time to market. Thirdly, third success factor from my point of view is about standardization. Standardization in instant payments has already started with the ISO 20022. From my point of view, this is the route to go, not only in Europe, but also on a global scale. And last but not least, to make instant payment a success and taking a lessons learned out of SEPA here in Europe, I think it is also about that using instant payment from a more mandatory point of view so that regulators also support it in a way of making such a scheme mandatory also always helps to make this a success, because leaving this to the market in itself, SEPA has shown it will not work or it will take much longer.
So what will be the challenges to overcome in terms of digital identity to authenticate users in this fast-paced environment?
I think first, consumers need to understand what the digital identity actually means. If I take the example of me coming to Milan today, I had to show my identity when I boarded the plane. I had to register at the hotel, and I had to register at the conference. All this was based on physical identity on my ID card. At the same time, in parallel and without really knowing, I also checked my email, my social media accounts, and even did a money transfer on my online banking. The objective needs to be that the authentication that we know from the electronic world and that we've gotten used to becomes also seamless in the physical world and in the online banking world. That's the big challenge going forward, and that's for us an area, for us as service providers, an area where banks play a leading role. What banks can provide on one hand is the trust. Consumers trust their banks with their authenticity. They can also trust on the reliability of the systems. The systems need to be always available. It is not possible that you cannot make a payment, board a plane without, because the identity does not work. It's not imaginable. And also systems need to be connected to each other. Today we have too many separate digital identities, and going forward there only needs to be one or limited source of digital identities, and for us banks play a key role there. And today we know that the value of a digital identity in the relevant grey markets, I would say, or dark markets, is much higher than the value of a payment identity as such. And the banks can use the technology and the experience they have from managing payment identities to really manage the full digital identities and leverage the trust they have with the consumers to make that a service offered to the consumers based on the reputation of the banks today.
Wolf, Michael, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching.